Alright, now we're going to place the original trigger bar with our new 316 trigger bar. First I'm going to take out the magazine and pull back on the slide to check to see if there's a bullet in the chamber. There is none, so now I'm going to take off the slide. I'm going to pull back on the slide just a little bit, and then there's a lever on the side of the frame. I'm going to pull that down and then push the slide forward. There's going to be tension right there, so I'm going to pull back on the trigger. It's going to release this slide. And now I'm going to take out the 316 trigger bar that we gave you. On the side of the trigger, there's a 316 imprinted onto it, so you can tell the difference. And we also give you an extra rear housing pin, just in case you break the pin that's inside your gun. Now I'm going to take out the components of the gun. I'm going to use a punch right here. This one's a 1/8 punch. I'm going to hammer out the trigger pin. And then for the rear housing pin, I'm going to use a 1/16 size punch. And the easiest way to take out the components is to pull the trigger forward and then push up from below. You're going to see that the barrel guide pops out, the slide hold does, along with the rear housing and the trigger bar. To take the trigger bar out, I'm going to pull this back and pull up, and the spring's attached to it. I'm going to grab the new 316 trigger bar and put the spring through the hole right here. And then there's two prongs. I'm going to make sure the spring goes in between them. And I'm going to slide the trigger bar through the slit. Now I'm going to put the trigger through the hole in the frame right here. And the rear housing should fit right into the back. I'm going to push down to make sure, and then pull the trigger forward. I'm going to take the barrel guide, push it in, and now we're going to insert the pins. I'm going to put the rear housing pin in first. And then the trigger pin. I'm going to pull the trigger back in order to do that. Hammer it in halfway. Pull the trigger back forward. And now I'm going to take the slide hold. I'm going to make sure the spring fits around it just like that. And I'm going to slide it right in here. Now I'm going to pull the trigger back again and hammer the pin in all the way. The last step is to put the slide back on, and then you're good to go.